Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Dr. Ali Ahmad, and today we are going to discuss letter writing and its introductory parts. Letters are the main source of official communication. These days, we do not write letters for personal communication, as we have gadgets like mobile phones and telephones, and we can interact and send messages easily on mobile phones. So we don't write letters in our social life, but we write letters in our professional life. In professional life, letters are external mode of communication, and we write letters to other organizations or within the organization. Memos, which we have already discussed, are used for internal communication, while letters are used for external communication. Since letters are written to the other partners, other organizations, and other offices within the organization, they reflect our communication abilities, and they also reflect the company's professionalism. There are some essential components of letters. The first essential component is writer's address. We tell that who is writing this letter. This address is usually a complete address. Like if I am writing a letter, I will write my name, Dr. Ali Ahmad, assistant professor, uh, ComSats, University, Vehadi campus. Now this address should be written in a way that if letter is responded to, if the receiver of the letter writes a reply, you may receive that reply on the address. Then you will write a date as it is 14th of June. I will write June space 14 comma 2023. And inside address or reader's address, suppose I am writing to Mr. ABC, and his address is XYZ office, street 1, LMN colony, Lahore. It should be a complete address, as your receiver, the receiver of the letter, receives letter on this address which you are including in the letter. And this letter may be reflected on the envelope. If you are writing a letter and somebody else has to post that letter on your behalf, this address will be used for receiver's address, and you should write this address as a complete address. Then comes salutation. You will write address, dear sir. Mr. XYZ will be addressed in the letter. Then you will start writing A, B, C, first paragraph, second paragraph, X, Y, Z, and so on and so forth. These are the paragraphs, and you will write complimentary clause, which is with writing a sentence or phrase like this: with best regards. And then you will sign your name here, sign here, and below that sign you will write your name, Dr. Ali Ahmad, as I am writing this letter. So these writer's name and other things, these are essential components of a letter. Then there may be some optional components of a letter, which include subject line. As we have already discussed in memos, subject line should include a topic and a focus. Topic is the tells us what we are writing, and focus tells us why we are writing. if you are writing a letter and you need a response, you should mention that response in your subject line. For example, if I am writing a letter to a company to have some quotation, I would write request for quotation. Now here this request is your focus, as you need a quotation, and quotation of suppose LCDs. So quotation of LCDs is your topic. You need quotation of LCDs, and you need that your letter should be responded to, and the receiver should write you a response. Then new page notation. If your letter is more than one page, if your letter is a very long letter, at the end, at the right side of every page, you may give page 1 of 3. Suppose your letter is of 3 pages, and you will write page 1 of 3, page 2 of 3, and page 3 of 3. Then writers and typist initials. Sometimes you do not write a letter for yourself, but you dictate that letter, and somebody else types that letter, and somebody else writes that letter. Both their signatures are needed on the first page, to which will mention, which will show you that they have written the letter as dictated, and they have typed without errors, and it will be a certification. Then on sometimes you may find you have to enclose something in your letter. For example, some copies, some, you will add enclosure notation here at the end of the letter, and you will mention with numbers. Number 1, there is a copy of expenses, and then number 2, special permission for expenses. So anything that you have to include, that you need to include, send with your letter, anything that letter is prefacing, you will mention that in enclosure notation. If the benefit of enclosure notation is that suppose you have mentioned within the letter that I have enclosed copies, and you do not mention, you forget you to mention in enclosure notation, your receiver will not know that you have enclosed. And enclosure if you have enclosed something and you have mentioned that in enclosure notation, your receiver will easily understand that these are enclosed things, and then they will be consulted. Then copy notation. Sometimes you write a letter to one person and you send that to another person. You have to send that to many other persons. You will mention their names and designations and offices, maintaining the hierarchy of the organization. Suppose the first copy should go to director CUI Vihadi. The second copy should go to registrar CUI Vihadi, and so on and so forth. As many copies you want to set, you have to mention their names over here. And then there is a blind carbon copy or blind courtesy copy which you may send. You will mention the name of persons whom you will not mention. You will mention only to that person whom you are sending, and you will not mention all people or all persons that a blind copy. You will only mention BCC to for example, I am sending this copy, a BCC, a blind copy to rector. I want that director should not know. Then I will only write BCC and will not mention rector over here. I will only mention rector and tick BCC, which the letter which is going to rector will contain BCC and remaining will not contain.